Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is Starship Adventures, and my name's Ian, and today another update on the ARRL's Logbook of the World. The American Radio Relay League's Logbook of the World has been down now for almost one full month, and the information they're giving us has been trickling out, and we've been demanding more, and they won't tell us anything other than just the basics. Well, finally, their latest update, they actually get a little snarky about it. They actually start their press release with what I consider a snarky comment about members wanting to know what's going on. And I think that if the American Radio Relay League can't understand why its paying and lifetime members want to know what's going on, you're nuts. Of course they want to know what's going on. It's their league. And for you to act like there's something wrong with people wanting to know what's going on with their league when they're a lifetime member or they're a paying member, you shouldn't be surprised by that. And to start your statement with, we are aware that certain members believe we should be openly communicating everything associated with the incident. Yes, many members and non-members believe that you should be communicating what's going on with us. Most of the time, when law enforcement steps in, they immediately tell you, don't tell anybody anything. That's a blanket thing that they do, okay? 95% of the time, you could say whatever you want, and it wouldn't affect the case one bit. Law enforcement does that simply because they can, and it keeps their headaches down. It keeps the public in the dark, and it lets them do what they got to do with autonomy, okay? But the truth is, generally speaking, discussing cases in the open does not destroy the case, okay? Number two, these are international cyber terrorists, okay? There is going to be no justice. There is going to be nobody get caught, nobody get arrested. We have to prove the case, okay? It's international. It's coming from overseas. Nothing will happen to these people. Nothing, okay? So the whole secret thing for us for a month, not letting nobody know what's going on because of the law enforcement investigation is all worthless, okay? It's stupid. You should have let your members know what's going on. I don't care. I was a cop, so don't start the crap with me. All right, I know that 95% of the time they just do that because it's easier, okay? It rarely ever does discussing the case in the public mess up the case in the public, especially in a case like this where we have no case because we have no bad guys. They're in another country, okay? This whole thing's stupid. They start their statement with a snarky comment. Let me give it to you. We are aware that certain members believe we should be openly communicating everything associated with the incident. Yes, that is what we believe. That's what non-members like me believe too, okay? Because I still use Logbook of the World, or I did. I doubt I'm going to send anything else there, even if they get it back up. All right? But yes, you should be communicating. And to come out with a snarky bullshit comment like this that says that, well, some of our certain members believe that we should be communicating everything associated with the incident. Yes, they're paying members of a club. Yes, they do believe that they should be told everything. Yes. Is that so crazy to you? Is that so strange to you that you got to write a smart-ass comment like this? Boy, I'll tell you what, I went from being surprised and shocked by the ARRL to just being plain pissed. I cannot believe that you would start out your statement, your announcement to your members. You would start it out with, we are aware that certain members, I don't know who certain members are. I guess certain members are the people that won't shut their mouth. We are aware that certain members believe that we should be openly communicating everything associated with the incident. Yes, we do feel that way. Oh my God. And for you to act like we shouldn't feel that way, that's what I say. For you to act like we shouldn't feel like we need to know what's going on. They're paying members. They're lifetime members. They should know what's going on. Oh my God. That aggravated. I read that first sentence and went into a rage. I'm like, what is wrong with the ARRL? You know, it's one bad decision after the next. You could almost not make this amount of bad decisions in a row without really working hard, okay? You could not screw up so many times at once without really working hard to do it. I don't understand what's going on here. I've only read the first sentence and I'm reeling on this, okay? They say they are working with industry experts, including cybercrime attorneys and the authorities, who have directed us to be conservative and cautious with our communications while restoring the ARRL network. They tell everybody that, but that doesn't negate your responsibility to your members. Okay? I don't care if they told you to dress with a green dress and go out front. Doesn't matter what they told you. What they told you, it doesn't matter. What you need to do is tell your members what's going on. Your paying members, your lifetime members, people that have given you money, you need to tell them what's going on. Okay? And they've told you to be conservative and cautious. Whatever, okay? It's your choice. You made the choice not to tell your members what's going on with your club, okay? It's that simple. ARRL says their association membership system was not impacted by the attack. In a previous announcement, they said that that system was back online. So now they're saying it was never down. I find that a little interesting. Members can now renew online. Of course, the first thing they get back up online again is the way for you to pay for a new membership. Isn't that great? The Logbook of the World's still down. The Learning Center's still down, okay? Other services are still down. But the payment portal for your membership, boy, ooh, it's working. It's cooking with gas. We put that on a separate system. That's important, okay? So you can apply for next year's membership before you even realize if they're going to get this year's shit put back on service or not. My Lord. Additionally, the online ARRL store is operating normal. When they say normal, it took 3 months for me to get message pads. So I assume they're back to delivering in about 3 months. That's what normal is. The ARRL Field Day merchandise is available for immediate shipping. That's all they can think about is that merch, because they're broke. They're out of money. They're charging they're selling $35 t-shirts that they're buying for $15. They're really in trouble right now, okay? Wow. And there is some news on ARRL Field Day, but I don't think it's that impactful, and I'm not even going to worry about it in this video. The digital edition of the July 2024 issue of the QST will be available as scheduled. Woo! Their digital magazine will be available for you as a member to read if you want to. And they're actually going to produce it on time this month. So that's something great. I don't think last month's ever went out, but this month's will go out at least. The printed edition will go to press on Monday, June 10th. Members may also access digital editions of QST dating back to 2012. And some of the other magazines are only available back to 2020. All the archive stuff beyond that is still not available. As previously reported, the ARRL's Volunteer Examiner Coordinator program is processing amateur radio licenses received from volunteer examiners who completed candidate exam sessions. I got a comment last night from someone here on YouTube that took their exam 3 weeks ago, and they're still waiting on call letters. I got my call letters in 2 hours. As a matter of fact, on the way home from the test, I was talking on a repeater. Kind of ridiculous, but it's been down, and now they're saying it's up and processing. It's probably an IBM Model 50, just sitting there banging away, trying its best to keep up. They say they're processing applications received from volunteer examiners who completed candidate exam sessions. As of June 6, our staff is processing these applications from exams back on May 22nd. So they admit that they're a month behind on processing VE applications. They're currently processing right now what happened 3 weeks ago. As previously reported, the W1AW, the Hiram Percy Maxim Memorial Station, is fully operational. Okay, great. They, in all of their messages, they concentrate on the few things that are working. I find that interesting that they're like, this is down, this is down, this is down, but this is working, and this is working, and this is working. Okay, we get it. The stuff that everybody uses is down. The stuff that a few people use is up. We get it. Message received. All right. The ARRL June VHF contest, which is actually going on as I'm making this recording here on the weekend. I'm going to be releasing this on Sunday. And today, the VHF contest is going on. I answered someone yesterday on 2 Meter Call Channel here in the shack that was doing the ARRL VHF contest, and I gave them a log in their logbook. Um, so they are going to be able to support your online submissions for the VHF contest. The log submission function was similarly supported for the recent digital contest. So it is up. They're allowing you to send your logs in for those two contests. So go ahead and do that if you have those. The publication of most let's see. The publication of most ARRL newsletters, including the weekly ARRL letter, has resumed. So their ARRL newsletter was down for a month. It has resumed with minimal disruption in regular schedules. A new platform for emailing newsletters has been implemented, leading to some variations in the layout that you're used to apparently on there. And that's the latest update. And I'm going to just poke through the one just before that. A few days before this update, they gave another update that where they do admit that they were a victim of a sophisticated network attack by a malicious international cyber group. ARRL immediately involved the FBI and engaged with third-party experts to investigate. Would have been nice to do all that, to do the third-party thing before the attack. I'm just saying. ARR management quickly established an incident response team. Yeah, I bet. This has led to an extensive effort to contain and remediate the networks, restore servers, and staff are beginning the testing of applications and interfaces to ensure proper operation. Okay, whatever. Um, for a system to be down for one entire month is unheard of. I actually was searching on the internet for major websites that have had long-term outages like this. This is fairly unique for something that services as many people as Logbook of the World services to have their services completely down for a month. Now, knowing the American Radio Relay League like I do, they're doing all this on the cheap. They've hired some high school kid that works in his mom's basement and they're trying to get this all figured out. Um, when you got a club that's struggling for money, they're paying $7 million to CEOs every year, and they don't have enough money to keep the lights on or the computers working. Um, when you got something that's so dysfunctional as the ARRL, this is the kind of thing that takes them down because they weren't ready for it. They didn't respond quickly to it, and they've been communicated poorly about it, and now they're unable to resolve it. And so what ends up happening with this is going to slowly erode away more of the already dwindling membership of the American Radio Relay League. I happen to believe that this is the beginning of the end. I believe that this is all writing on the epitaph, which is fine. I'm of the belief, and if you've watched my previous video on the ARRL, where Joseph and I take a deep dive, I'll put the link in a box at the end of this video. We deep dived into, and it's not a word, whatever. We deep dove into the ARRL, and we talked about every aspect of that club. And when you put it all in its totality, it took us over an hour to talk about all the problems that they're having. It's a great video. We made it last week. You can check that out here on the channel. I want to just return back to one thing before I end this video. I'm still kind of having a little bit of an issue with the first sentence of this, and I'm one of these people that the English language is wielded like a sword, okay? And if you're when you say something, if you're good at it, if you're good at communicating, you can say a lot with a few words, and you can say it without saying it, if you know what I mean. And that's what they've done here. This is rude. We are aware that certain members believe we should be openly communicating everything associated with this incident. Yes, they do. And they're pissed that you didn't. And for you to make a statement like that is bullcrap. It really is. If I was a member, I'd be even more upset than I am. I cannot believe that they would write that. That's an asshole statement right there. We are aware that certain members believe we should be openly communicating everything associated with the incident. Yes. Yes. They're not going to catch these guys. Okay? They're not going to catch them. The FBI investigation does nothing but assist the FBI in furthering their database and things like that. But if they're not going to catch the bad guys, okay, let's stop that right now. They're in Dubai. They're in wherever, somewhere in the Middle East probably, and you're not going to catch them. Even if you find out who they are and what country they're in, they're not going to let you have them. So the point is all the secrecy was for a purpose that can't be fulfilled. You're not going to be able to charge these guys. You're not going to be able to find them. You're not going to be able to get them. But what you could have done, if you wanted to, what you could have done was been open with your people from day one. What you could have done was communicated every single day with your members. Hey, we're still working. We've got 3 companies involved. We're buying a new set of computers. We're changing some infrastructure. We're working on software. Tell us what you're doing. This is a club, okay? It's not Chase Bank, for Christ's sake. It's a club. And everybody that pays into that club has the right, the absolute right to transparency. Period. You don't have to tell me, but you need to tell your members. I don't care if you do it in a members-only email. They'll just send it to me anyway. But you need to do something. You should be communicating. These messages you've been sending out, and something else that I find funny, their page that they put the updates on, they change the old updates as they go. They mentioned in an update that their payment portal was back up. Then in an update later, they mentioned that their payment portal never went down. When I went back and looked at the previous announcement to see where they said that their payment system had finally been restored, that had been modified. So they're literally modifying their previous announcements to fit the narrative of their current announcement, which I've archived these things, by the way. I copy and paste every time a new one pops up. And yes, in fact, they did announce that. And yes, they did announce something totally different and take the first announcement back out of their page. So there's some squirrely stuff going on here. I really can't stand this. And when you tell me, hey, everything's down, and then you come out later and say, everything's down, but we got your membership portal back up so you can pay your membership dues. That's the first thing they got going, guys. The first thing they got going was your portal to pay your dues. If you guys can't see this, I mean, this is so glaringly obvious. I will admit, in the video that I put up, I'll do a little commentary here at the end because I think this is very interesting. I put up a very negative video about the ARRL, 2 days ago. I thought I was going to be absolutely attacked in the comments. I thought that I was going to be called everything but a human in the comments. I figured that because people defend the ARRL to their dying breath, they feel like they have to do it for the honor of ham radio. Climb the water tower with spray paint to protect the honor of ham radio. I mean, I'll be honest, I don't get all that because ARRL represents all that's wrong with ham radio, okay? And I think people are finally seeing this for what it is. I thought that the comments would be jammed with everybody, and it wasn't. It wasn't. I had one negative comment so far, and he called me a bunch of F words and names, and I just had to delete it because it was an inappropriate comment. But beyond that, every comment I've got, every single comment, there's like 10 or 15 of them on there so far, has been absolutely supportive of the fact that the ARRL is useless, on its way out, and done. And so I find it very interesting that there's a lot of people out there that feel the way I do about this. And so it was refreshing to not see all the negative comments. But I do accept them, and I only delete them if you put the F word in them or they're completely inappropriate, because I believe in all sides being heard. And if you love the ARRL, by all means, go to my comments and put in there, you love the ARRL and that you're going to continue paying your dues. There's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you want to do, it's your money. So I was very surprised to not see all of that. And I think it's because people have finally started to realize that the ARRL It's seeing its sunset. It's moving towards the sunset. It's kind of a shame. It's been around 110 years. 110 years. And I'm kind of sad in a way, but if you wreck a vehicle so bad, you just have to junk it. And I think that's where we're at here. I think it's totaled. I think the insurance company is just going to total it. I don't know if we could fix this one. It's pretty wrecked. They pay over 50% of the money you give them goes to salaries, folks. Salaries. And they just upped your dues, $9. And they took the printed magazine away unless you want to pay an extra $25. If you can't see that the value drops every year and the price goes up, it's not for the good of ham radio anymore. Letting this thing die would be the good of ham radio. So let's do it. Just please do your research, save your money. Don't give it to the ARRL. One last time, we are aware that certain members believe that we should be openly communicating everything associated with this incident. You smart-ass people, I swear to God. That's sarcastic, it's snarky, and it's bullcrap. Hope you choke on it. Everybody else, thank you for listening. This is Ian at Starship Adventures here at Starship Studios in Southwest Florida. And we're talking about the what used to be the diamond on the ham radio ring has now just basically become this lumbering mess that's actually a detriment to the hobby and the people involved. There you go. My name's Ian, Starship Adventures. We'll see you on the next one. Have a good one out there.